Welcome back to part 2 of getting rid of this little squirrel who likes to bug me. Um, I guess this remedy worked for a few days, but remember, as it rains or just with time, it becomes less effective. Sorry, less effective. And so you do need to make it, I'm suspecting it was about 4 or 5 days it was good. And then it stopped working. And that's why I had the little divots in my planters, because he's back now. He doesn't smell that stuff. So we're going to make another one. Just, for a while until he gets used to not coming around anymore. I forgot to take out my measuring spoons. All right. So we're going to use the teaspoon, not the tablespoon. And in my NutriBullet, we're going to put 1 teaspoon of chili peppers. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now you can use fresh. You can use the minced one in the jar, which I have in the fridge. It's 1 teaspoon. Whatever you want. Remember, anything that's powdered, if I'm not mistaken, and this is the way I look at it, anything that is dehydrated, because the moisture has been removed, yes, there's still nutrients in here, but never as much as the fresh stuff, because when you dehydrate, I don't know, in my opinion, it's less potent. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it just makes it more concentrated. I never thought of that. Let me smell. Yeah, it smells garlic, but not as strong as the real stuff. Like the real stuff goes up your nose. Yeah, I still think that dehydrated is not as potent for smells as when you use fresh. Okay, that's just my assumption. I could be wrong. And I will add a tiny bit of cayenne pepper. Now, chili contains something, there's just like half a teaspoon. Chili contains some sort of natural thing in it, enzyme, ingredient, I don't know what. But they say chili pepper works better than cayenne pepper. So you're supposed to use chili peppers. And I did, but I put a little extra cayenne just because I'm me. And it makes me happy because I love cayenne. And I really want to get rid of these squirrels. Anyways, so now we're going to add about 6 ounces of water. You could do 8 if you want. It really doesn't matter. It'll just stretch further. So there's my 8 ounces of water. Oh, it's a little higher than the line. I made that line to say that that is 8 ounces. Yeah, I guess it's kind of on the low side. Whatever. So this was just water, so I can stick it back there. This has to be washed. All right. So now we're going to close it up and we're going to blend it. And we're going to blend it until there's no particles left. It's all liquefied. See, there's all those pieces. Well, we're going to liquefy the whole thing. So I'm going to pause you because that machine is really loud. And we'll be right back. Okay, now we're back. And as you can see on the container, I'm sure you can see that, there are itty bitty, teeny weeny red dots. The bulk of it has been liquefied. If you can see that. Most of it's been liquefied. To have little speckles is fine because maybe he'll see it, sniff it, lick it, and run. Who knows? Okay, so now this, the last time I did it, I put it in this. This is my little carafe where I don't have the part that goes inside. I don't remember why I got rid of it, but it's just like a pour. Like I use it for milk sometimes. You know, like there's lots of things you can use it for. Anyways, you can use something like this and just don't use the presser, right? You just pour it like that. You also have the lid for the NutriBullet, which the opening is small enough. I think I'm going to use this just so I don't dirty another, another dish. So we're going to put this on it. But when I pour, because if you look at it, it's oval shaped. When I pour, I'm going to do it sideways. So it's a smaller opening as opposed to this way where it's wider. Oh, you can't see. You're up here. All right, over here. Let's do it over here. All right. So this way is wider than this way. So instead of pouring this way, I'm going to pour this way. Because it's a smaller opening, which means less liquid's going to come out when I pour. But that's all there is to it. And I got my cinnamon because I will be putting cinnamon on the inside and this on the outside of the railing. All right, let's go back outside. Okay, we're back outside now. And we have our garlic and cayenne mix. Not cayenne, chili. There is cayenne in it too, but according to the websites I've seen online, they say garlic and chili pepper or chili powder. So we got garlic and chili, and we're just gonna pour it right as close to here as possible. And I'm doing it sideways because of the opening. Now don't forget, this is food and it's organic, so it will wash away. Oops, I got it on the tool. All right, container is empty and I did the whole strip. When I water these plants, I will water the tool. There might be some staining, but there's no big deal. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to put all the plants back, and I have been topping those up with soil. And when you water your plants, the soil will settle and pack down. So sometimes you will have to top it up with some more soil. So I've done that on those along the railing. So before I do the cinnamon, I'm going to move all my plants back into place. Some of them, like these hibiscus, as you know, I've been growing. This guy's kind of dried out. This guy, his soil looks dry. There's 4 hibiscus here. Now the peppermint did not come up. So I'm going to have to check. Maybe those seeds were too old. So then there's no way peppermints, I'm going to get any this year. The basil did come up. I'll show it to you. I did some basil seeds because I don't have much of a basil plant. And they did come up. Got a whole bunch. So I'm going to wait until they're a little bigger and they're safe to transplant. And then I'll transplant it in with the one that did survive, the little one. And then hopefully in a month from now, it'll be full of basil. And these have to be replanted. So I'm going to move them to the side. That'll be another video. And I'll put my plants back, and then I'll be back. Okay, so we've done the tulle. We did the cayenne garlic water in the blender along the back. Now, normally I would do cinnamon now, but since I haven't watered my plants yet, I will water my plants and then I'll put the cinnamon and then it's done. So let me go prepare for watering and I'll be back. Another deterrent for squirrels is Irish Spring soap. Now I had bought this at the dollar store. I bought 3 of them. And what you do, you grate it. And just grate it on the big hole. And then you have Irish Spring soap shavings. And then you just disperse it around the yard. You can do this like maybe once a month, once every 6 weeks, sprinkle it around the garden. You can put it in like tea bags or sachets, burlap even, little sachets, and then hang them around the garden. Because I have my deck, I'm just going to put a lid on it for now. It's ready to go, but I just applied the garlic and chili pepper and cinnamon in the garden. So that's already a lot of smells. I don't want to put another one. Too much might not be good. So I'll just put a lid on it, keep it out here, and then maybe if I see any footprints or anything, I may then put it out, or I may wait until Wednesday, the middle of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, and then put out some sachets. But I just wanted to mention that is another deterrent for squirrels. And all you have to do is shave it, put it in a container, or if you have a backyard garden, just sprinkle it around your planters or your plant beds. And especially every time it rains, it will make the smell stronger again. But if you sprinkle it all around the yard, they will smell it and they don't like it. All right, there's another idea. Okay, and I'm back. And I'm just going to do a wrap up here because the video is starting to get long again. I did get 2 more products from Amazon. I ordered my soil enhancer, which because the camera is facing this way, the writing is probably going to be backwards. But this is a soil enhancer. It's from the company Marfil. Just take a mirror if you can't read backwards. So the company is Marfil. And this is marine phytoplankton. And it's a soil enhancer. So I will put this in my water. I have my 5-gallon bucket full. I'll put this in the water. And then I also got my rock dust, which a lot of times I will put it in when I'm planting my plants. But it doesn't hurt to give it a second application. This is not the brand I usually buy. This is Holland Basics Glacier Rock Dust. Usually I get it in a container like this, but with label writing like this. Like it says the company name and everything, and it's a screw-on cap. This particular company probably buys it in bulk, packs them individually, and sells them in this size container, when they probably buy like big bag or whatever, right? So, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But I would have preferred finding the other one because I like the screw top. But anyways, this is powder. It's not water soluble. So this, just like bone meal, which I have done, at the beginning when I plant, and then once again during the year. You just sprinkle a little bit, like take out like a tablespoon and sprinkle it on each plant. Smaller pots, maybe half a teaspoon. The tomatoes, they have a big root system. Maybe put a whole tablespoon on that, or 2 tablespoons. You just sprinkle some. The rock dust ups the soil's mineral content, because don't forget, we reuse our soil, so it gets depleted. So things like this replenish what's naturally in the soil, but since another plant previously has already sucked it out of the soil, we've got to put it back in for this next plant that we're planting in that same soil, right? Which is why we use sheep manure. We use the chicken poop I put in, the Miracle-Gro all-purpose fertilizer, the slow release fertilizer. Like, all these things are all improving the soil that have been reused and reused. You want to improve it, right? So this powder, I'll sprinkle it on every plant. It's good for everything. You can use it even indoors. You just sprinkle it all over. It adds minerals to the soil. And this is a soil enhancer. Which in the past, it improves the health of the plants without harming. Calcium, magnesium, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, boron, and iron. Which basically these two are doing the same thing. Because this is all minerals. Calcium is needed for your peppers and your tomatoes. If it's other plants too, I'm not sure. But so this one has calcium, whereas this one I believe does not have calcium. This one has the magnesium, the phosphorus, I think, and then one other. It says 3 different minerals plus other trace minerals. And then this one actually lists them, and it includes calcium. So these two we're doing today. When I water, I'm putting this in the water, this on the soil. Gonna water everything. Then I'm gonna grab my cinnamon and do it all along the railing. And then I may do it in, like, the squirrel doesn't seem to like the pepper plants. He went in it once and that was it. I haven't seen holes. But the herbs he's gone in, the flowers he's gone in. So those I'll put cinnamon on. I may put it on those top 2 because he could jump up. But if he smells the cinnamon, he'll gone. So I'll put cinnamon on those top 2, maybe along the railing, a few flowers, a few random ones. And so hopefully, squirrel bye-bye. Now, don't forget, when you're trying to get rid of any critters, some of them are easy to stop. Like ants are easy. They follow a line. They leave a scent behind. So everybody, all the ants know to walk along that line. So then when you put the diatomaceous earth, or you put borax with sugar and water in a pop bottle, and you put it in that area, the sugar will attract them. And everything else, if you put it in their tracks, they won't cross it, right? Like the diatomaceous earth is crushed up oyster shells, or like shells, shells. So when they start going across it, when they step on it, they'll see it's very sharp to them. It's like us walking on glass. And so they won't go on it, and they'll turn around and go away. And eventually, they ain't coming back anymore. The borax and sugar, the sugar attracts them. They'll go into the bottle. They'll drink the water, which has borax in it, but they don't know because they only smell the sugar. And then it kills them, the borax. It explodes their insides or something. I don't know. It's something gruesome. But anyways, it just gets rid of them. They die, and no, that one does not. There's something that makes the insect blow up, but it's not the borax, because I remember the bottle being full of ants and they all were intact. So, yeah, I think it just kills them. Kills them instantly. But anyways, so let me do this. And my next patio tour, garden tour, whatever. I guess I'll still call it a garden tour because I still see it as my garden, even though it's a lot smaller. So on my next garden tour, you will see how everything is, and I'll give you the update on the squirrel. But I'm going to do this off camera. The video's getting long. So on that note, please like, subscribe, comment down below. I also wanted to mention, talking about commenting down below, on some videos, I do say I'll do a video in the future on that, or I'll do my, I'll do the next video on that, or something like that. And then I forget, or I get distracted. So I don't mean to forget to do certain videos, but I need you guys in the comments down below to remind me if there was any videos that I said I would do something and then I ended up not doing it. I would love to know, because I can't go through my videos constantly, and sometimes I forget to write things down, or I'll write things down as I think of them, but then if it's something from a video, I don't know that I said it on a video because it's just a list of a bunch of things. And then I might say, oh, well, I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do this one. And then, no, I'm going to do this one. And, please comment down below if there was a time that I said something and you are waiting for that video, or even if you want me to do a video around something that you see in my life. Comment down below, or just say hello. Hello from wherever, Australia. Hello from Hawaii, wherever. All right, I appreciate that. And with that, I am going to say, remember to do what makes you happy, and everything else will fall into place. All right, everybody, take care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.